Ethan Ryan, obviously looking to put the disappointment of what happened against York behind the club and get back to winning ways against London Skolars on Saturday.
Yeah, I think we all want to forget that game now and just move on for these last 8 games of the season. We're all quite disappointed with how the game went. I think we could have won the game had we not started as bad as we did. I think that in the end it was just too much for us to come back for. So I feel like this week we've had a good week in training. I just feel on Saturday that we can really go down there and put in a good performance and keep that points difference adrift from York.
I mean, one aspect of last Sunday's performance which John was quite pleased about was the self-assessment at half-time. You practically did the team talk for him, and you went out in the second half and you actually won the second half, 24 points to 6.
Yeah, John surprisingly wasn't that angry at half time. He was more positive and he thought that we could still win that game. So I think between the players we just had a conversation and we just said, look, it's a rubbish start. Let's go out there and we've got nothing to lose really. So I think we went out there and that's exactly what we did. We fought till the very end and it was just, like I say, it were a kick in it, wasn't it, at the end. So it's good that we had that fighting spirit and we're good that we had that comeback, but I feel like it shouldn't have been in that situation anyway. It was just a slow start that cost us the game really.
And what do we know about the London Skolars? Because last time we faced them up at Odsal, I know the scoreline sort of ran away in the second half for long periods. We were in an arm wrestle with some of their big forwards like Lamont Bryan.
Yeah, definitely. London Skolars were a very tough team to play against at home. I feel like that in the first half it was a very close game, like you said. It was only in the second half in the last 20 where we earned the right to play and we scored quite a few points. So I think going down there at their home ground it will be a very tough game. We need to plan and we need to train very well this week because we know that they can cause upsets or near to upsets. York went down there, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and they only lost by 2 points. So it will be a very tough game if we don't go down there switched on. And like you said, each game's a grand final now, and we need to take each game and very seriously. And into each game, we can't just scrape through games. We need to get that points difference like it is at the moment, and we need to keep away from York.
I think you've got to be even more equally switched on when you factor in that it's going to be in the high 20s, maybe even 30 degrees plus on Saturday, so it's going to be hot, humid, and similar to Hemel and Workington away, it's going to be a very tight, narrow, compact pitch, so perhaps yourself and Dalton might not be receiving as much of the ball as you'd like.
Yeah, we know like what we have to do on these tight pitches. It does make it a very difficult game, especially in the heat. There'll be a lot of sore bodies after the game, I'm sure, because obviously playing in the heat on a tight pitch you get through a lot of work, so it will be a challenge, but I think it's one we can overcome. And given that we prep right and we get the journey, travelling time down there, things, and just as preparation correct, I think we can put on a good show down there.
And obviously you're still only 21, Ethan, and at the forefront of your career, but already going on past seasons, you've had a lot of experience and of the pressured environment of getting the job done. We go back to 2016 and that game against Featherstone, and trying to make the top 4. We look back to last season and the adversity of starting on -12, and we're now in the final 8 games of the season. It's basically a 2-horse race between Bradford and York. Do you feel that those past experiences can help you in reaching the ultimate goal of getting the job done and promotion?
I mean, in a way, yeah, you could look back on them events and try and put it in your mind and motivate you, but I just feel like we need to take each game now as it comes and concentrate solely on each game, which is what we've been doing for all this year, and it's worked up until now. I just feel each game that comes now till the end of the year, just take a plan for that week, go into the game and try and perform best we can to win the best we can, and hopefully at the end of the season that's enough to actually gain us promotion in that first spot and not in the playoffs.